In a historic move, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to visit Ukraine on August 23rd at the invitation of President Volodymyr Zelensky, marking a significant milestone in Indo-Ukraine relations. PM Modi's visit to Kiev will be the first by an Indian Prime Minister since bilateral relations began between the two countries over 30 years ago. During his July 2024 Moscow trip, Prime Minister Modi drew criticism from Zelensky and the US. Before Kiev, Modi will make a historic stop at Poland on August 21st and 22nd. This will be the first visit by an Indian Prime Minister to Poland in 45 years.
The Americans have requested us, the Western countries have requested us, not only India, but many other countries. And when Prime Minister Modi went and talked to Russia, you tend to, when you speak to somebody and closely, then you understand their red lines. Zelensky had requested India and Italy also to help if we can, because they know that we have certain leverage with the Russians. And therefore, I would say we are taking this step in the cause of peace. And that's what Prime Minister Modi is trying to do as far as Ukraine, apart from taking the leadership, the relationship to pre-war levels.
Since the Russia-Ukraine conflict, India has faced Western criticism for maintaining neutrality. Advocating for peace and dialogue, India also continued and increased its purchase of discounted Russian oil. Throughout the ongoing crisis, Prime Minister Modi has kept the communication channel open with both Zelensky and Russian President Vladimir Putin, reiterating his belief that the battlefield is not the solution to the conflict. In September 2022, Modi made headlines by telling Putin that today's era is not of war. New Delhi has remained neutral, avoiding direct support for Russia and not joining Western sanctions.
The upcoming visit of Prime Minister Modi to Ukraine will provide an opportunity to hold discussions on the entire gamut of bilateral relations, ranging from economic and business linkages, agriculture, infrastructure, health and education, pharmaceuticals, defense, culture, and people-to-people ties. This landmark visit, of course, takes place against the backdrop of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, which will also form part of discussions. As you are aware, India has consistently advocated for diplomacy and dialogue to reach a negotiated settlement. India had attended the Summit on Peace in Ukraine, hosted by Switzerland in June this year.
Modi's visit to Kiev is a strategic move that underscores India's neutral stance on war. The visit, which coincides with Ukrainian National Flag Day, will feature a collective agenda covering aspects of bilateral ties, trade, culture exchange, and the ongoing conflict, according to the Ministry of External Affairs. Prime Minister Modi will also take the opportunity to interact with the Indian community, including students in Kiev. The visit is a continuation of Modi's recent diplomatic engagement with Zelensky at the G7 summit in Italy in June.